Recapping the weather overnight, partly cloudy, some areas of fog, and a low near 55. I'm meteorologist Kirk Mellish in the AM-750 WSB Weather Center.
I'm Liz Jarvis, and if news breaks out, we'll break in. This is Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station. News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB. Depend on it.
If you're sitting at home and you tuned in the show, well, then I think there's something you ought to know.
It's a tape. It's a tape.
If you're picking up the phone and you're dialing a number, then your brain must be made of decaying lumber.
It's a tape. Don't call. It's a tape. It's a tape. Don't call. It's a tape.
It's a radio program that's the top of them all. It's the very, very worst of David, Paul, and...
It's a tape. Don't call. It's a.
Run for your lives! It's Out to Lunch with David Paul on News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB, the only all-news radio show in Atlanta. So get naked and call now. The phone number is 872-0750. That's 872-0750. That's 872. Oh, forget it. Stand by for David Paul.
Hello, welcome to the Burger Barn.
No, I still understand you. Let's try it again.
Okay. Hello, welcome to the Burger Barn.
Much better.
This man is learning how to become a professional intercom announcer. Yes, there are hundreds of immediate openings for annoying and inarticulate people just like you. And after just 6 short weeks at the School of Intercom Announcing, you too will be ready to frustrate thousands. We'll teach you how to blow into a microphone, how to obscure key words in important announcements.
This is the final boarding call for singing, bottle score, mortifying, and Google City.
With your PA degree from SIA, you'll be on your way to low-paying jobs in discount stores, malls, airports, even restaurants.
Mr. Fed, Link, party of 4, please.
The School of Intercom Announcing. Just dial 1-800-245-60 today.
Hello, it's me, David Paul. It's another hour, another topic. It's Friday. That's right, Friday. Let's loosen this up a little bit. You know, let's get up close, personal. I'll be your psychotherapist, yeah. Thanks for showing up yesterday. Our goal, we got a good turnout yesterday, a lot of money. Keep it coming. We want to send our class, you and I, we're going to send 40 kids to summer camp this summer, to Camp Toccoa. They're going to have a great summer. Underprivileged, abused, just kids that can't, normally wouldn't be able to afford this. We are going to provide it for them. We need $10,000 by the summer. That's my goal, $10,000 by the summer, so we can pay their way. And if you couldn't make it, you want to mail it in, write the address down, mail $1. It's all you got to do. If everybody pitches in $1, no big deal. If you got a checking account, do it. Big deal, $1. You blow that more on a Coke and a bag of potato chips. Just $1. Make the check payable to WSB, David Paul Summer Camp, Post Office Box 4146, Atlanta, Georgia, 30302-4146. That's right. We're going to do it right. All right, 872-0750 is my number. I've killed that topic. I refuse to discuss anymore. Y'all just wouldn't listen. Yeah, I'm trying to share something with you, and you just wouldn't pay any attention to me. So last night, something weird happened to me. I went to, a buddy of mine was driving through town. Just driving through. He's up to North Carolina to visit his parents, and he had this new girl with him that he's gonna marry, his fiance. So he said, well, I'm just coming up. I'm going through your neck of the woods. I'll be going up 85, And so he said, well, when I'm in the Norcross or Jimmy Carter area, why don't I call you and we'll meet? We'll get something to eat just on the way. And I said, well, that'd be fine. That'd be great. I look forward to it. So last night, he called me right when he entered Atlanta, says he'll be over in Jimmy Carter, whatever, probably about an hour, however long. I told him how long it'd take. So I met him over there at a little restaurant in Jimmy Carter. So I sat down with him for, I guess, about 45 minutes to an hour with his fiancée and himself. Now, I've known this guy for a long time. He's a good guy. One of my buddies from Orlando, born and raised in Orlando, knew a lot of people, went to high school and everything there. Now, I've known this guy. I mean, we haven't been super close. We've known each other. You know, we've always gotten along and stuff. And he wasn't a best friend or something. But I sat down in the restaurant, and I started looking at this girl. I started just sitting across from her, and I started sizing her up. And I cannot prove it, but this girl was a guy. I know she was. This girl has had surgery. This guy has had surgery. I mean, I looked at her, and I started looking at her hands, her arms, facial features, and it just... Adam's apple. I was trying to get... I thought I saw one time an Adam's apple. She had hair on her knuckles. Had big hands, right? She had big chin like a man. Had a big chin like a man. And I thought, I was sitting across from her at the dinner table, and I was so tempted to just say, were you a guy? I was so tempted, and I felt like I wanted to say it. And I held back. Now, I talked to this guy 2 weeks ago when he said he was coming up. And he says, oh, he's getting married. She's such a proper girl. And, she's just, she's a nice religious girl. And he was telling me her religious affiliation and stuff like this. And he's just laying all this out for me. And he's told me, we believe in wait until marriage and stuff like this. We want to wait till our wedding night so it'll be special. And I'm telling you, this girl was a guy. I am almost certain she was a guy. I know a look. Her voice was funny. The voice was kind of weird. And this was a guy. I know it was. Problem, I saw she was walking in high heels, and it was just like it wasn't natural, just her shoes. I guess they were high heels. I didn't really study. But it just looked like she walked funny in her shoes. It was weird. It was a freaky experience. So I thought to myself, should I tell him or should I not tell him? Should I say, look, guy, that is a guy you're with. That's not a girl. That's a guy. Should I tell him? And I debated it to myself within. He went to the bathroom. And left me at the table with this girl. I was at the table with her for 3 minutes all by myself. And I was so tempted to say, man, I've got to ask you, are you a guy? Did you have an operation? Did you have surgery? Have you been fixed? Are you a freak? I was so tempted to do this, but I didn't do it. And I regret that I didn't do it. I wonder if anybody else has asked her. But, we've got these options nowadays. You can do this, and she was one. I know she was a guy. I know she was. I'd bet any amount of money on it. But I didn't ask her. And should I ask her? I don't know. Should I ask him? Maybe he knows and he's just not going to say anything. But he hasn't, like I said, they haven't done anything yet. So, my gosh, it was just... Should you tell him? I don't know. What do you think? 872, I want some new blood. Give me some new, unfamiliar faces here. You've never called a talk show. Just tell me. Should I tell him? Should I call the guy up when he gets back from meeting his mother, or her meeting his mother? Should I call him up and say, man, have you asked her if she was a guy? I feel like she should know. I feel like he should know. Let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Now, you're dating, right? You're dating. And you see that model? You seen the model? This is what made me think of it. The model that I've seen that's been on all the talk shows. That's what made me think of it when I saw this girl. I thought, my gosh, she did it. Everybody's doing it. It's real common, right? Everybody does. That's what, because it's been on ever since I saw this girl. I thought it because I could tell a guy. I know a guy. I don't really care if you're wearing a dress or not. I know a guy. Now, if you're a guy and you're dating somebody, and do you have a right to know? Even though they've had 100% surgery, they've had all the pills and everything to give them the higher feminine voice, should you be told? And would it make a difference to you? I want to know. Would it make a difference to you if it used to be a guy, but now it's a girl? Would that bother you at all? Would you have a problem dating that person at all? I'm curious. And should I ask this person, or is it none of my business? If she had the operation, she did the pills, is it none of my business? I personally think if I was dating on Friday night and I started dating a girl and I found out this wasn't a girl, it was a guy, I feel like I should know that up front. I should know up front that what I'm dating used to be a guy. Am I wrong? 872-0750. I want some feedback here. I want some feedback. David Paul, News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB. Well, maybe could just wait till we get off the air. You shouldn't call in on
No,
your caller.
I'd like to let everybody know this.
Yeah, why don't we put this on hold and I'll talk to you tonight.
My aunt Carol, your aunt Carol,
yeah, Aunt Carol
is moving.
What do you mean she's moving?
Well,
she's in a coma, man. She's in a coma. It's any day now.
No. Dr. Berry is saying that she's looking pretty good. As a matter of fact, looks like she's coming out of. She looks like she's coming out of maybe.
What do you mean it looks? What do you mean it looks like she's coming out?
Well, I'm just saying she's showing signs of life.
Like what? Give me an example. Like what? What is she doing?
Moving her fingers around. She's starting to kind of, make some noises from her mouth.
Make some noises.
Yeah, she's just, it's looking real good, Dave. And I knew since you cared so much that you would be interested.
What kind of drugs are you on? I mean, what
Dave,
kind of drugs?
I should also mention that when she does come around, we're going to let her know just exactly how concerned you were. All the phone calls you made to.
What do you mean when she's not coming around? Aunt Carol is history. The family has got to accept it.
And as soon as Aunt Carol wakes up, we're going to let her know how involved you were. Just how often you checked in on her and on her condition, and just how you basically cared about her so much that you wanted us to pull the plug. I think she should know that. I'm personally going to tell her. That's the kind of guy I am. I'd really like to do that for you, David. I really need to go, but it's been a pleasure talking to you and being on your program, and I'm sure Aunt Carol will love a visit from you when she's up and about in a couple of days. See you later.
The heck was all that about? Moving. She's moving. She's in a coma. What the heck was that? Sorry, distracted for a second. Sorry. My Aunt Carol's in a hospital. She went to a coma a week ago Sunday, and it's just I can't see. I've been. It's not that I wanted to pull the plug for. Like he was worried. That's not true at all. I just don't like to see somebody suffering, and I wanted the plug pulled on her, just to ease her pain. She's twitching. She's twitching? My gosh, what kind of medication are these people giving her? What are they doing to her? Unbelievable. What are they doing? All right, okay, all right. Got control. All right, direction here. Get some direction, Dave. 872-0750 is my number. Let's go to Shirley in Decatur. Hello, Shirley.
Hi, Dave.
Hi, Shirley.
Yeah, I really think that you should ask your friend, to ask his fiance whether she had a sex change.
You think so?
Yeah, instead of, waiting until they get married and then boom, he finds out.
Because
and then the marriage may be over.
Right. She had masculine features.
Yeah.
She had the chin.
Did she have the Adam's apple?
I could not see it, but I was looking for it. That is always a giveaway.
Right.
And she did. I could not see an Adam's apple. Of course, she could have had that removed. I do not feel like that was a bad question.
I don't think so.
No, I feel like it's a proper. And would it bother you if you dated a guy who used to be a woman, but had an operation?
Yeah, it would.
And could do everything that a normal male could do. Would that bother you?
Yeah, it would.
So you wouldn't want any part of him?
No.
What if you really loved him?
And then I would just have to, let the pain go away, in time. I would just have to break it off.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Unbelievable. No, you have a right to know. You have a right to know if you're dating somebody, especially a woman, because it's easy to do that operation. Just ask them. I don't think anything's wrong with it at all. Hello, Rick and Marietta. You're on News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB.
How you doing, Dave?
Doing good.
Good. Yeah, I think you have a right to know, and I think you have a right to a trial subscription.
A trial subscription?
Right.
Oh, I agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but see, the way he's worded to me in the past, she's a good little wholesome girl. They're waiting until marriage, right?
Well.
And I'm beginning to think he is entrapping him, right?
He might be in for a big surprise.
Big surprise. He's entrapping him, saying, well, we are married. You said for better or for worse, and yes, I do. It's like a kidney transplant or something, right?
Sounds like for worse to me.
It sounds like it to me. Sounds like it's so. Okay.
Enjoy
Would
your show.
Let me ask you something, Rick.
Shoot.
If you met a pretty girl out there and you really liked her, right? You went out with her 3 or 4 times, right? You messed around with her a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then she told you. She said, I just want you to know I used to be a guy. My name used to be Steve.
Yeah.
Would that bother you?
I don't believe that it would be a surprise. I mean, I don't believe.
No, I mean, would it bother you if you really did love her, but you found out it used to be a him? Would that be okay?
I don't think so.
Could you still love him?
I don't think so. But I can tell you an even more tragic story.
What?
When I was in the Navy, I was stationed in Denmark, and I knew this couple, a beautiful girl and a woman who had used to have been a man that had had a sex change operation.
Yeah.
And they fell in love, and the guy couldn't go back to being a man.
Right.
So when they started off as a straight couple, and this guy had a sex change, now they were a lesbian couple.
Unbelievable.
Ain't it?
I'll see you later. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Jules.
How did I know I was going to be drug into this?
Well, no, I was not going to ask you about this, Jules. I wasn't going to ask you, you never thought about it, have you, Jules? No, I won't even ask you. Sorry, Jules.
I'm quite comfortable with my masculinity.
Well, I'm glad, Jules. I'm glad you're comfortable. Jules, my cousin called a few minutes ago. Steve?
Yes, he certainly did.
They are torturing my aunt down there. It is very clear to me they're torturing her. They're shooting.
Sounds like to me she's doing pretty good.
They're shooting drugs into her body to make her twitch, and they're moving and stuff like this. They're really hurting her bad.
Sick.
Do me a favor. Call up. I'm going to type it in here. I'll put it in the bottom of the computer. Find out if that airlines has anything. I want to know the first flight to Orlando. I want to go. Find out. No, I want to leave this afternoon. No, I want to leave today. Find out when, and then get me
sometime after 4?
As soon. No, you tell me when they've got a flight. Just tell me when they've got a flight. Find out when they've got a flight leaving today.
But you can't leave before 4.
Find out when they have a flight. Just find out when they have a flight leaving to Orlando today.
After 4.
Today. All right, after 4. Now, I mean, you find out. Just find out. You tell me on the bottom of the screen. You tell me when they got a flight, okay? All right?
Okay.
Find out when they have a flight to Orlando. All right. 872-0750 is my number. David Paul, News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB.
What's happening this week on News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB. I'm Scott Slade. Listen to Atlanta's Morning News for your chance to win tickets to see Louis Broussard, March 10th at the Clayton County Schools Performing Arts Center. Plus, tickets to see Neil Diamond's 1991 Tony Award and Pulitzer Prize-winning play Lost in Yonkers at the Fox Theater.
This is David Paul, noon to 4 on WSB. This week, I'll give you the chance to win a one-on-one private karate lesson and 1 month of unlimited self-defense and fitness classes at any Joe Corley Karate Studio. Also, don't forget the party this Saturday at Bimbo's Restaurant in Marietta. We're broadcasting our show live Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we even have Red Sox from 2 feet ahead to give away. Remember, Bimbo's in Marietta this Saturday.
Thank you, David. Be sure to listen to AM-750 WSB and The Gardening Show Saturday morning for your chance to win tickets to the Atlanta Flower Show at the Apparel Mart, March 4th through the 8th. You could also win the Atlanta Flower Show print by Anne Hathaway and a Pike Family Nursery gift certificate. This is Garrow McKee, afternoons 4 to 7 p.m., and that's what's happening at News Talk Radio, AM-750 WSB.
I'm 72 years old, and I collect Social Security.
I'm 41, and I get Social Security, too. I'm 16. I've been getting Social Security since I was 3.
Social Security isn't just for retirement. It also pays disability and survivor's benefits. To find out what benefits you and your family can expect, write Social Security, Pueblo, Colorado, 81009 for a free personal earnings and benefit estimate statement. This has been a public service message from this station and the Advertising Council.
For a class of second graders, this is the most exciting day of the year. A trip to the zoo, complete with all the wonders of nature. But some kids are prevented from enjoying a day like this by a wall that shuts them out. Children with epilepsy have faced these walls for generations. Walls of misunderstanding or prejudice that exclude some kids with epilepsy from trips, sports, social events, and other normal school activities. Walls that still keep them in classrooms away from other kids. While some children with epilepsy need special help, they don't need walls. It's a big, wonderful world out there, and kids with epilepsy or other disabilities have a right to be part of it. All of it. Let's get the facts and count them in. Call Epilepsy Foundation of America, 1-800-EFA-1000.
Got a consumer problem? Clark Howard has the answer. Consumer advice, weekdays at 9 on News Talk Radio, AM-750, WSB.
Hey everybody, David Paul here. As you must know by now, they've changed my hours. I'm 12 noon to 4. Tune me in tomorrow. Set your alarms. Wake up an hour earlier. Whatever. Call me. Call me like you normally did all night. I want to hear from you. There's a lot of regulars I still have not heard from yet. Give me a buzz tomorrow, the next day, whenever you feel comfortable. And then listen the next night when it's replayed. Stay in contact. I'll see y'all later. Dave Paul, AM-750, WSB.
The following program was translated from Hebrew. It's Out to Lunch with David Paul, a radio show that surgically removes your brain from your head, throws it in a blender, and feeds it to you. Join us at 872-0750. Come on, it'll be fun. It's David Paul on News Talk Radio, AM-750, WSB.
I know I wasn't speeding.
I know that, ma'am, but you're using an illegal radar detector.
How'd you know that?
I got you with my radar detector.
Shoot. What am I going to do now?
Crapco is back, and now we're fooling the fuzz. Introducing Crapco's amazing radar detector, the only radar detector that detects radar detectors before they detect your detector.
Huh?
Here's how it works. The cops send out radar, right? And your radar detector detects it. Then the cops detect you detecting them. But wait, then the Crapco radar detector intercepts their signal, scrambles it, and sends it back to them. Oh, now you understand? Good, that means you're ready to buy. Just pick up the phone and call 1-800-FUZZ-YOU and order your amazing Crapco radar detector with patented radar detector deflector.
I still don't get it.
That's good, then order two. And remember, at Crapco, we always say, if you buy this, you'll buy anything.
David Paul, 137, News Talk Radio, AM-750, WSB. I know it was a guy. I know it. When I looked at her sitting across the table from me, the facial features, the walk, the talk, I'm talking to a guy, and this guy is getting ready to marry a buddy of mine. I mean, I can tell by look. I don't have any proof. I mean, I have no reason to, other than visual appearance. I've never thought this at all until I met her last night. But this is a guy. Should I tell her? But the most importantly, I want to know. I want to ask you people out there. If you were to meet somebody and you found out that they were the other sex before they were the sex they are, right? So, girl, you're dating some guy and you find out, my gosh, this wasn't a guy. This was a girl who had an operation, and now she's a guy. I mean, mentally a guy and everything, just a guy. Would you still go out with him? Would it change your relationship? And what about you guys? If you're dating a girl and then you found out after the third or fourth date, my gosh, this girl used to be a guy. Would it bother you? I want to know. 872-0750. Let's go to Ruthie. Hello, Ruthie.
Hello, David.
Hi, Ruthie.
Hi. I've been listening to your show, and I think that when you say, should I tell her, I don't think that's correct. I think you should
Not her, him. I think you should ask him.
How do you ask a girl if they used to be a guy?
Not the girl. You should ask your friend. You see, when you were first introducing this conversation, you said that you and this gentleman had known each other for a long time, but you were not real close.
We've known each other probably 20 years. I mean, we went to high school together, yeah.
Okay, but it's kind of a casual friendship. And chances are good,